true crime grapevine fans. It's me, Patty Lee, your favorite dyslexic detective, armchair detective. Let's just make that clear. I'm not interviewing people involved in cases. I'm not going where cases are happening. Just sitting in my armchair like you people. Only I watch all of the true crime all the time. And there is so much of it. So I'm going to try to just tell you what's been happening if you don't have all day to watch everybody on YouTube and read all about it on the interwebs, on Twitter, on local news channels, in local newspapers. Don't worry, I got you covered. It might not be very concise, but I got you covered. All right, so this is the case. This is out of Oklahoma, and it is the case of Jesse McFadden. And if you're triggered by family annihilators, you might not want to watch these videos that I'm putting up. There has been a rash, literally, of these cases. All right, this one I even prepared all for, and then crime got out of hand and my own family's life got out of hand. But no, I still made a presentation and we will chat about it. So this crime took place in Henryetta, Oklahoma, and it went down, this was the end of April. April 29th through the 30th was when the crime actually occurred, and then it was discovered May 1st. The teens were first reported missing Sunday, or excuse me, they were missing Sunday, and they reported it to police, and then Monday an Amber Alert was pushed out. But then on Monday, they went out to the McFadden property, and they found just a horrific scene. So 7 bodies were found shot, and then it became more clear that Jesse McFadden, 39, he was a convicted sex offender, although nobody was really aware of it. He had to check in the police, but in Oklahoma, he was not required, as far as I know, to have to tell his neighbors. So, and I see a misspelling up there. Anyways, here's the property, this house. They were out at this property that was far away. So the girls, 2 teen girls, the ones that were reported missing on the Amber Alert, Tiffany and Ivy, they were friends with one of McFadden's stepchildren, a daughter. And they were supposed to be home by 5:30 on Saturday night, I believe. And McFadden himself had called one of the mothers and said, oh, you know, like, you're breaking up, I can't really hear. Yeah, we'll get him back, sure. And then they just never heard anything. So because cell service wasn't great out there, that's why, well, they weren't really sure what was happening. Then by Sunday, they were very concerned, and then obviously got more and more worried until they went out there. So there's Jesse himself. As you can see, he's been convicted. One might wonder how he ever got out of jail. It is a long story. So Jesse had married Holly Guess. She's up here. She's 35. Holly had 3 kids. Tiffany Guess, Michael Mayo, and Riley Allen. Tiffany was friends with Brittany Brewer and Ivy Webster, ages 16 and 14. They were visiting. Now, Holly's parents said that when she began dating Jesse, he had said that he had been in jail, but he explained it away as it was all a mistake. It was a misunderstanding. And let me just tell you, when you hear about his background, I don't know exactly how he whitewashed it. But then they said once they started dating, he sort of, I think he love bombed her, and then once she moved in with them, then she got him, he got her away from her family, allegedly, and it seems as if, isolated her, as one does when one is a predator. So those are the victims. This is horrible. What was his history? Well, he was sentenced in 2003 to serve 20 years for, the thing that rhymes with grapes. In fact, it had been a 16-year-old. And he had been in his 20s. Anyways, he somehow committed a new crime while in jail. He was using the phone and had done inappropriate things with an underage girl, like on the phone from jail, which I don't know about you, that makes me want to drink. That blows my mind. Like, how can they commit a crime from in jail? And I thought all their communications were recorded, but there is some way that they can text. I don't know why. I mean, constitutionally, do you have to have text? I don't understand how this happens. But in 2016, he committed this new sex crime with an underage kid while in jail. Then, like, they do find out of it. I don't understand. He did this while in jail. They sort of find out about it, but maybe because of the pandemic, I don't know. In 2020, in October, he's released for good behavior. Released early. What good behavior? He committed a crime and they knew about it. Oklahoma. What is happening? What are you doing? Does that make any sense? Put that in the comments. What is happening? So, I mean, I understand they needed to, like, people, he probably should have just been allowed to catch COVID. Why allow him out for good behavior? And he wasn't old either. I don't understand. He committed a new crime against a kid. And he was in there for, a grape against a kid. What? So then in November, he's arrested but released on bond for that new crime. So they're like, yeah, you can get out early. Okay, though, we're going to arrest you, but you can bond out. See ya. Okay. In May, he married Holly Guest. So, of 2022. So it's been 2 years. He was out of jail for 2 years. So, who knows? I mean, he got out for good behavior, right? I'm sure he only told her part of the story. In 2023, before these crimes that I'm just telling you about, before May, Jessie had contacted the 23-year-old, now she's 23-year-old victim, and told her, okay, listen to this crap. He said he was not going back to jail, that this was going to ruin his life, which, he's like, and I'm doing all this and that. And then he blamed her for whatever was going to happen next because of this crime. This crime of him, how do I say it? Sexing on texts and inappropriate things with her from jail. That was her fault. And he wasn't going to go back. So whatever happened next. So basically this crime that he was about to commit, he is blaming on the victim of his previous crime. Yeah. So that is just scratching the surface of this crazy, messed up situation. I don't want to go into detail, but Stephanie Harlow, the famous, she will tell you the rest of the story. She uploaded, highly recommended. She really did a deep dive. Very good. I mean, her retelling of it is very detailed and thorough. Nothing about it is very good. But there's a lot of questions. And I am telling you, do not move to Oklahoma. Besides the tornadoes that will kill you. There is something wrong with their system of I mean, that guy never should have gotten out of jail. He committed a crime while in jail, but he was arrested and released, and it was taking him 2 years. He was supposed to go back to jail on Monday. He committed these heinous crimes on the Saturday night, Sunday. Needless to say, they involved more grapes with the teenagers. There was bondage involved. There was, like I said, grapes. Yeah, he just went to town because, that was his, I don't know. Just to let you know, so he unalived everybody, including himself, because he wasn't going to go back to jail. So he was going to commit a bunch of horrible, heinous crimes beforehand. It makes no sense. None of this makes sense. Anyway, I always say, what can we learn from this? Number one, Scott Reich and other YouTubers push getting background checks, and get a background check on everybody before you date them. If Holly would have done a background check and not listened to the guy and saw what he was, I think she may have kept her kids far, especially her teenage girls, far away from him, and their teenage girls' friends far away from him. That's what we can learn from this. All right. That's not a very good, happy. Well, this is true crime. I don't know why I think there's going to be anything happy about it. All right, guys. Like and subscribe. I'll see you around. Bye.